Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into some of the most infamous cyber attacks in history. We're talking the kind of digital heist that would make even Danny Ocean blush. Except instead of walking away with millions in cash, these guys got away with something far more valuable. Your data. Now I know what you're thinking. John, cybersecurity? That sounds about as exciting as watching paint dry. And you know what? You're not entirely wrong. But here's the thing. These attacks weren't just about stealing information. They were about exposing just how vulnerable we all are in this increasingly digital world. Over the next few minutes, we'll uncover how these attacks happened, who was behind them, and most importantly, the lessons we've learned or should have learned to prevent similar incidents in the future. Buckle up, because things are about to get digitally perilous. Let's get started. Our first stop on this delightful tour of digital disasters takes us back to 2017, to a little something called the WannaCry ransomware attack. Now, for those of you lucky enough to have blocked this out of your memory, WannaCry was essentially the digital equivalent of a hostage situation, but on a global scale. This particularly nasty piece of malware exploited a vulnerability in Microsoft Windows, a little something called Eternal Blue, which, and this is the truly messed up part, had actually been leaked from the NSA. It's like the digital equivalent of finding your house keys under the welcome mat, except instead of just you, everyone on the block is getting robbed. Over 200,000 computers in 150 countries were infected. Hospitals, banks, government agencies, you name it. WannaCry hit it. It was chaos. Systems were shut down, surgeries were postponed, and people were understandably freaking out. And what did the masterminds behind WannaCry want in exchange for releasing everyone's precious data? Bitcoin, of course. Because what's a good global cyber attack without a little cryptocurrency extortion thrown in for good measure? So, what did we learn from this whole debacle? Well, for starters, keep your software updated, people. The attack exploited outdated systems that hadn't been patched. It's like leaving your front door wide open and then being surprised when someone walks in and steals your TV. And secondly, back up your data. Many organizations were left helpless because they didn't have recent backups of their files. It's like putting all your eggs in one basket, then dropping the basket down a flight of stairs. Don't be that guy. Next up, we're heading to the land of discounts and questionable fashion choices, Target. In 2013, the retail giant suffered a data breach of epic proportions, compromising the payment information of over 40 million customers. That's right, 40 million. To put that in perspective, that's more people than the entire population of Australia. So how did the hackers manage to pull off such a massive heist? Well, they didn't need a battering ram or a team of expert code breakers. All they needed was a little something called a third-party vendor. You see, Target, like many large companies, relied on a network of external contractors for things like HVAC maintenance and, apparently incredibly lax cybersecurity practices. The hackers exploited a vulnerability in one of these vendors' systems, gaining access to Target's network and, well, you can probably guess the rest. This breach was a major wake-up call for businesses everywhere, highlighting the importance of securing not just your own systems, but also those of your third-party vendors. It's like locking your front door but leaving your back door wide open. Sure, you've taken some precautions, but you're still vulnerable. The Target breach also emphasized the importance of monitoring network traffic for any unusual activity. Think of it like a burglar alarm for your computer system. It's not going to stop someone from trying to break in, but it will alert you if something fishy is going on. Chapter 3: Yahoo 3 Billion Reasons to Worry. From retail giants to tech titans, our next stop takes us to the once mighty Yahoo, which, in a truly impressive feat of digital self-sabotage, suffered not one, but two massive data breaches between 2013 and 2014. And when I say massive, I mean gargantuan, colossal, record-breakingly huge. We're talking about the personal information of over 3 billion accounts. Yes, billion with a B, making it the largest data breach in history. That's more email accounts than there are people on the entire planet. Let that sink in for a moment. So, how did Yahoo, a company that was literally built on the internet, manage to screw up so spectacularly? Well, imagine a bank vault secured with a flimsy padlock and a keep out sign written in crayon. That's essentially what Yahoo's security measures were like. Weak encryption and a shocking lack of proactive security measures made Yahoo a prime target for hackers. It's like leaving your front door unlocked, your valuables scattered about, and a giant neon sign that says, "Rob me." The Yahoo breaches highlighted the crucial importance of using strong encryption to protect sensitive data. Think of it as the digital equivalent of Fort Knox for your personal information. And while no system is completely impenetrable, strong encryption makes it a heck of a lot harder for hackers to access your data. But strong encryption is just one piece of the puzzle. Yahoo's downfall also stemmed from their complete and utter failure to proactively hunt for threats. They were essentially relying on the digital equivalent of hoping for the best, which, as we've clearly established, is not a cybersecurity strategy. Chapter 4. Stuxnet, a cyber weapon unleashed. Now, buckle up because things are about to get seriously geopolitical. Forget data breaches and stolen credit cards. We're talking about a whole new level of cyber warfare with Stuxnet, a sophisticated and highly targeted cyber weapon that rocked the world back in 2010. Stuxnet wasn't your average run-of-the-mill malware. This was a digital hitman, specifically designed to infiltrate and sabotage Iran's nuclear program. It's like something out of a Mission Impossible movie, except instead of Tom Cruise dangling from a ceiling, we have lines of malicious code wreaking havoc on centrifuges. This digital saboteur targeted industrial control systems, those critical pieces of technology that manage everything from power grids to water treatment plants. In Iran's case, Stuxnet infiltrated the Natanz nuclear facility, causing centrifuges to spin out of control and disrupting uranium enrichment. While no country officially claimed responsibility for Stuxnet, it's widely believed to have been a joint operation between the United States and Israel. This marked a turning point in cyber warfare, demonstrating how a carefully crafted piece of malware could be used to inflict physical damage on critical infrastructure. The Stuxnet attack served as a stark reminder that the battleground had expanded beyond physical borders and into the digital realm. It highlighted the vulnerability of industrial systems, those often overlooked but essential components of our modern world. The takeaway? We need to protect our critical infrastructure like it's Fort Knox in the digital age. Isolated networks, robust security protocols, and constant vigilance are no longer optional, they're essential. Chapter 5: SolarWinds, a supply chain. Sabotage fast forward to 2020, and we have the SolarWinds attack, a stark reminder that even in the 21st century we're still susceptible to a good old-fashioned Trojan horse. This time, however, instead of a giant wooden horse, we have a seemingly innocuous software update. The SolarWinds attack was a masterclass in supply chain sabotage. Hackers, believed to be from Russia, infiltrated the software supply chain of SolarWinds, a company that provides network management software to a who's who of government agencies and Fortune 500 companies. They managed to inject malicious code into a software update for SolarWinds' Orion platform, which was then downloaded by thousands of unsuspecting customers, including US government agencies like the Treasury and Commerce departments. It was like slipping a listening device into a mass-produced birthday card, except instead of birthday wishes, they were stealing government secrets. This attack was a painful reminder that cybersecurity is only as strong as its weakest link. In this case, that link was the software supply chain, which often involves multiple vendors and third-party providers. The SolarWinds attack underscored the need for a zero-trust security model, a trust no one, verify everything approach to cybersecurity. It's about assuming that every user, every device, and every piece of software is a potential threat until proven otherwise. Outrow staying safe in a world of digital threats. From ransomware rampages to sophisticated cyber weapons, these attacks remind us that cybersecurity is a continuous effort. Whether it's updating systems, monitoring for threats, or implementing better encryption, there's always room for improvement. Remember, the cost of prevention is far less than the price of a breach. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay secure. Look, I get it. Cybersecurity isn't exactly the sexiest topic. It's not as glamorous as, say, discussing the latest celebrity gossip or debating the merits of pineapple on pizza. But here's the thing. In today's digitally interconnected world, cybersecurity is no longer optional, it's essential. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, give us a like and subscribe for more tech content. Until next time, stay safe in the digital world.